This game is very cheap. It's only $12. It just came out today. I am not putting this version up on my channel, this playthrough at least. But I'll leave this on Mixer channel. It's called the Shapeshifting Detective, and all you do is make choices, kind of like I did in Late Shift. And it's amazing the conversations and how people interact with you and all that kind of stuff. And I just wanted to show you this game today. And but I'm gonna be shrinking my picture in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna wait till 3 minutes broadcasting before I start the game to let everybody get notification that I am streaming. But this game is very, very, very rare. I kind of like odd games. I do. I don't know if you can hear the music in the background, but it's kind of creepy. But the game is amazing. So I just wanted to get, feel the game, and I want to know from you guys on Mixer if you would like me to do this game on YouTube. For YouTube, I gladly do it. If you guys would like me to do it, it's just a very strange concept, but I think you guys would really, really enjoy it. And I just think that the game should get recognition. I think this game developer makes other games like this. It has real actors and real cutscenes and a lot of dialogue. So I won't be talking a whole lot, but you'll be able to hear my responses to stuff. And if you guys write in the chat, I'll try to be there. And so let's get this game started. Let me switch off the big camera and put myself in the corner, and we'll get this game off to a start. Now we're in the minicam, and here we go with the game. Oh man, it has to sync up right now. It's making me wait for the update, and I'll be if it doesn't do it, yeah. Alright, there we go. And I'm gonna start a brand new game. I just messed with it to learn the controls and stuff. But let's get this game going. Yes. Let me know in the chat if you can see everything and how it looks and stuff, please.
You're listening to Radio August. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
It's 5 o'clock, and I'm Alice Monroe with your August update. August police are appealing for information following the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Miss Shaw's body was discovered last night. Chief DuPont is calling the crime a violent and despicable act. Anyone with information about the murder is urged to get in touch via the department's confidential tip hotline. It's horrible, Poe.
Indeed it is.
You need to learn when to keep your mouth shut. You know why you're here, don't you? The dead girl. And this. What exactly were you thinking? You have one job. Don't get caught. Do you think you can do that this time? It's a rhetorical question. You're going to a town called August. Find Chief DuPont. He's gonna think you're someone else. This person. This is who you are now. Understood? Splendid. If someone so much as sniffs that you're different, you'll be deprecated.
Deprecated.
We expect you to use your ability. Just don't get caught. And never, ever change into a child.
In brighter news, August resident Mia French is celebrating the return of her missing pooch, Barley. The 8-month-old Basset Hound puppy was found outside Daryl's Chicken and Ribs.
And that's 5 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
I'm Violet. Welcome to the guest house. There are some rules. In particular, no shoes in the guest house. The carpets are priceless. Now, how long are you staying for? Yes, the chief said it may be a while. I can see you don't mind getting your hands dirty, though. There's not been many visitors of late. Perhaps the murder will bring some tourists in. It's just you and some tarot readers at the moment. It's deathly quiet. Yes, the murder. You haven't spoken to the chief yet, have you? Chief DuPont. He's the one who booked the room for you. You look lost. You should probably go and speak to the chief. Your room is just down the hall, last on the
how
left.
are you?
It has its own back door. The chief said that's the way you'd like it.
Just finishing. You don't believe? That's okay. Sometimes life is just a stream of coincidences. Hi, I'm Bronwyn. Pleased to meet you, Sam. If you'd like a reading. So, what's your question, Sam? The Fool. I'm going to see a lot more of you, aren't I, Sam? Well, enjoy the journey. But remember, not everything is winnable. I'm in room 1 and that's down the hall. Lorraine's in 2, Lexi's in 3. And which room are you in, Sam?
Excellent.
Good. We're neighbors. Just knock if you need me.
And its disguise would be less unsettling if it had eyes and were less of a corpse.
but the entity did not understand the concept of water or air, floating or standing, living or dead. These things were all alien to it and meaningless.
This is supposed to be the room that I stay in, because you can change yourself into any one of these characters and find out more information. That's why it's called a Shapeshifting Detective. I never played a game like this before, but I thought it'd be kind of fun for all of us to,
Twisted amalgam of fears and haunting memories. A corporeal phantasm of nightmares, fraying at the edges. The bag lady. Without the capacity to understand human perception, the entity was blind to the weakness of its present disguise, but had other use.
Good, you got my message. Chief Inspector DuPont. I wasn't sure you'd come, but I suppose you're between jobs? Well, we both know that's not true. But I like it. Sam, that's your cover now. So, the job. Dorota Shaw, 21, accomplished cellist, redhead. Strangled. I know who did it, but I need proof. It's the tarot readers. Yes. Keep up, Sam. That's the girl who was murdered. Because they predicted it. The older one, Bronwyn, she came into my office last night talking all crazy and saying Dorota was in trouble. I did my best not to lock her up. It all sounded crazy to me. Tarot, the spirit world, cards that move, trans-dimensional thingamajigs. To be honest, I thought she'd probably been smoking something, and that's why I didn't take it seriously. Because things, I don't have enough on her, that's where you come in. The free guest house stay isn't free. I need you to work the case and report back to me. Find out things from the inside. Can you do it? Okay. I'll be telling everyone that you've been hired by the Shaws because obviously local law enforcement is either too incompetent or too overworked to solve anything. That gives you a license to talk to people, but only notionally. Don't actually touch people or annoy them. You don't have any real authority, understand? But you help me out, I'll help you. Do I have to spell it out? I'll make your problem go away, or at least sink it to the bottom of a pile of paperwork. Your old town? The problem? Come and find me when you're settled. This is Second Chance Sunday for you, Sam. Don't blow it.
I didn't hold it long enough. Okay, let's see what it says.
They're as thick as thieves, covering for each other. Well, except the male one. You'll see what I mean. What do you want to know? She was a cellist, selected for a scholarship at Juilliard. It was in the local paper. I'm more of a Bon Jovi fan myself. Don't read the paper, do you? Yesterday, Monday the 9th at approximately 9 p.m, according to the coroner, we got a call from the mother just after 10 p.m. Obviously. Anyone who walks in, predicts a murder, then that murder happens? Suspicious. In her bedroom. She was naked. Strangled. No signs of sexual activity of any kind. It was a weird scene to look at. There was one thing, but it's strictly between you and me. Dorota had a gold coin in her mouth. I'm being serious now, Sam. Not a word of this. It's the one thing only the killer would know. Not much. Perhaps you should do some investigating? All here, runs the local guest house. Lovely lady. Where are you going with this, Sam? What's she told you? Look, if it's about the pills, I already know.
Then the bag lady floated there, silent and saddened, while I watched from the crack of the closet. I always watch from inside the closet.
I assume you've been to see Chief DuPont already? Not really. I'm sure she was a precious lamb, though. Yes, a lamb. Young. Innocent. Lambs get slaughtered, though, don't they? Nice, yes, that's a good description. Actually, I thought she was a bit slutty, to be honest. Sorry. I'm gossiping. I don't want to talk ill of the dead. Ask her boyfriend. Oscar lives at the vicarage next to the church. Don't tell him I sent you, though. I'm sure he's sick of seeing people already. They're tarot readers. I'm thinking of asking them to leave, actually. Demands already? I'm only thinking of doing it. It's the strangest thing. I honestly don't remember. But I imagine I was here or getting groceries somewhere. I've driven by it, never actually been in it. I take clozapine. I think they're for anxiety. I'm a very anxious person. I don't know, Dr. Sam, you tell me.
Situation that's happened in your past, and you feel overwhelmed by the emotions caused by it. And if I'm honest, I just want to let you know that so many of us go through situations like this. So, Robin, you're not alone in this. And I know, by the sounds of it, this dream feels very sad, and it feels like it's full of grief. Robin, you're not alone. There are so many of us that go through situations like this, so similar to yours, but please don't hesitate to reach out to those that you love.
You're so right, Monroe, and I think just...
Not much. Perhaps you should do some investigating?
Okay.
beginning of finding out to the sadness.
The wrong one. I had to get used to these controls.
Radio August. Dark Night with Poe and Monroe.
Nightmare by Angela Atkins.
Oh, thank you for the follow, man. Thank you
from
very
the
much.
Jessica
I really
I
appreciate
didn't know
that.
where she came from. I was driving along, playing with the radio, and all of a sudden
Let's go
there's
talk
this
to this person.
Sam.
See.
Is it? I'm sensing you're not here for a reading. Chief DuPont thinks I did it. I'm hoping you'll convince him otherwise. All I'm asking is that you dig a little deeper than the chief. I had nothing to do with Dorota's death. We saw danger in the cards and we tried to stop it. Trust me, Sam, we're on the same team. We saw it in the cards, not images, feelings, impressions. Tarot can be very powerful. Not these cards. They only tell us what they want us to know. In my room reading, I found a trashy romance novel under the bed. I'm assuming it's Violet's. It's all swooning heroines and brooding vampire Casanovas. Thank God Lexi saved me.
Oh, thank you for the follow.
She came to my room to chat for a little while. That was around 9, I think. You can ask her. I said the book was trashy. Look at this place. If her guest house is anything to go by, Violet's the opposite of trashy.
Awful is going to happen, and you
Let's see,
need
who
to
else
get
I
the
usually
fuck
get to?
out of Dodge before you get caught up in it. Was raging in me, but here I was, unfastening my seatbelt and making myself open.
You must be a new guest, or you're burglaring us. I'm Rain, by the way. Pleased to meet you, Sam. Enjoy your stay. The hot water goes off at 9, by the way, so it's cold showers from there on in. It really bugs me. I didn't know her. I know she was called Dorota Shaw. She was young, had red hair, a talented musician. Next victim? Whoa! Hold on a sec, we don't even know if there's going to be a next victim or not. We'll do another group reading soon, and then we'll have a better idea. We did a reading. A group reading, actually. With a special tarot deck.
It's interesting.
The three of us get together and read the same cards. Bronwyn says it makes the whole thing stronger or more powerful or something. But I'm pretty sure I'd get the same answers just on my own.
He says, well, cocky.
Mercury? It's not exactly from here. With a normal tarot deck, you'd have the question, so you'd be the querent. With Mercury, it gives you the question and the answer. The cards themselves kind of change. It's a special deck. I don't have it at the moment. Bronwyn has it. I was in my room. Praying, actually. I don't believe in God, but I was still praying. It didn't work. I don't believe in anything, but I also believe anything is possible, so it's a conundrum.
Much more shallow, and her grip weakened. The operator answered after the second ring. Hello? What is your emergency? I hit a woman. It was dark. I didn't see her. I came around the curve and she was just there and I hit her and she's twisted weird and... My calm was unraveling. Sir, calm down. I could hear her typing what I was telling her. Where did this happen?
Thank you for the law,
I looked
man.
down at the
Thank
girl
you
as
very
her
much.
chest stopped rising. Her eyes didn't blink, and she no longer gripped my hand. I was gripping hers. I knew she was dead, but I still clung to her hand.
See if
Rain says he was praying in his room, alone. Nobody corroborates. As for Bronwyn and Lexi, I need you to ask what they were doing last night. Compare alibis. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, and you found out she's taking pills. Perhaps they're related. That's it.
And blinked a few times as I sat up in my bed, phone clenched tightly in my hand. Sir, where were you driving? What road was the accident on?
let me see what happens
I
if
hung up.
Hi, Sam, is it? Come on in, make yourself at home. Mi casa es su casa. Come on.
We'll start with this question first.
I was in my room all night with Bronwyn. We were painting our nails.
Hi, Bear.
No, I mean, yeah. I've already cleaned it off. I don't know anyone in this town, except for Bronwyn and Rain, obviously, and Violet, and the Chief, and now you. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. Good old-fashioned fortune-telling. Well, kind of. We drew a card each and smushed them all together. Do you know what the most dangerous tarot card is? Nah, the devil's cool. The tarot one, I mean, not the actual one. I'm not a devil worshipper. The Five of Swords. I think so anyway. There's nothing more dangerous than someone taking whatever they want, no matter the cost. Yeah, I did. Rain got the Knight of Wands, that's Dorota, and Bronwyn got the Ten of Swords, which is, well, you know, swords in general are bad. She's like my big sister, so pretty well. No. The cards told us to. Well, the cards of Rain. Tarot gives us a rough direction and he narrows it down with some astrological jiggery-pokery. He's basically a walking esoteric library. And if that sounds dull, let me reassure you, it is. No? Well, yeah. Well, no. We have a job to do. I didn't say job. I said job. Okay, we make a cheese obelisk, a chob, and depending on the shape of that chob, we get different answers to questions. No, you don't.
And there would be a tidal wave to feast upon, and this demon was nothing if not patient, ever present. Until the sickness spread, the demon could only enjoy that girl trapped in his teeth. Prepare for the moment, the tipping point when she would finally cut her strings and fly. There was a process to this. The young, susceptible, high-risk groups already have a home for the demon in their heart. Most people do anyway. A hollow home for the
It's 6 o'clock and you're listening to Radio August. Police investigating the murder of Dorota Shaw are appealing to the community to help catch her killer. The body of 21-year-old Miss Shaw, an accomplished cellist, was found in her home last night. Police are describing the murder as a violent and despicable act. Monroe?
It's just terrible. Meanwhile, out of respect for the victim and her family, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced shortly, so do stay tuned to Radio August for updates.
I heard Dorota Shaw was due to play this weekend.
At the Tulip Festival?
Indeed. I understand why they'd want to postpone it. Tonight the weather will be mostly dry and warm, but be on the lookout for dark clouds on the horizon, as there may be scattered showers. Best take an umbrella, Monroe, so you don't get wet.
I like getting wet. That's 6 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Let's see, where do I want to go? Let's go back to...
He gave her a moment of peace. She made her decision, and
Who are you? Right, because the local police are so rubbish. It's been a day, a whole day. It's typical of them. Yeah, I went round there in the afternoon. Her parents were at work, and we were, you know, hanging out. I left at about 5. Playing football. It's just 5-a-side. Finished at about 9:30. I called her, but she never picked up. Not much. They always seemed happy to see me. I don't think they meant it. They wanted Dorota to focus on her music. Not long, a couple of months maybe. We did care for each other. No one. She was really popular. What, you mean watching us? That's disturbing. No, it couldn't have been. The only place he could have hidden would be in the closet, and I suppose someone could have hidden in the closet. Well, yeah, it's big enough for 2 people to have sex in. But not for us. She had a few kinks, nothing weird.
Oh yeah, I'm doing excellent today.
Yeah, a band from the 60s. I'm not discussing this with you. Clothes, mainly. I did see something that freaked me out a bit. She had a wedding dress in there. She knew I'd seen it, but we never talked about it. Not even as a joke.
Pain let go, finally, and that fed him too. She was dead.
Any more news on Oscar Wainwright? Yep, that's what he told me too. Not a suspect. Just the tarot readers. No one else is remotely suspicious compared to them. Dorota's an only child. She lived with her mum and dad. Monday night was movie night, so they'd go and watch the 8 o'clock at the Odeon. Dorota would get the house to herself. They're devastated, naturally. They left town to stay with relatives. You didn't do it, Sam. Although, perhaps I should have made them stay. Rain says he was praying in his room, alone. Nobody corroborates. Bronwyn and Lexi say they were in the same room last night. Shame they can't agree which one. Oscar's not a suspect. He was playing football last night with lots of witnesses. According to Oscar, Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet, which is strange. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. That's it.
No one would go to your funeral.
Oops, wrong button.
Nothing here. A little lying goes a long way after the virus starts to spread. He only needed to write one letter, only needed to walk to the bridge once, stare over the river's flow with an empty kind of longing.
Sam, what can I do for you? We didn't. Lexi used a Ouija board to get the name. It's Lexi's thing. I don't personally go near them, but in this case, it did help. No. Lexi needs to give it context from the tarot reading. A lot of the time, it comes up with nothing. Or a sordid comment directed at Lexi. I think that's why she keeps using it, to be honest. Once we thought there was going to be a murder, Lexi used the Ouija board to find out the victim's name. It spelled out Dorota. Just... This is going to sound weird. Most people believe Ouija boards contact the dead. So if Lexi contacts a dead person, that person needs to know what happens in the future. Ergo, maybe the person she's contacting is from the future. A time traveler who died here. Yes. Well, not just time travel, time and space travel is also possible. If we accept the fact there are multiple realities, we must also accept there are others like us who found a way to travel between these realities. We're trying to save people. I said we're trying. We have a gift. We have Mercury, the tarot. It tells us where bad things are going to happen, and we try and stop them. Birmingham. We couldn't save anyone there either. The problem with travelers is... Well, let's put a pin in this one, Sam. Let me ask Bronwyn. If she says it's okay to talk about it, it's okay to talk about it.
Highlights in the water as it travels past jutting rocks and reeds. It's a calming juxtaposition to the...
Yes, he came to see me. He wanted to know that she was okay, spiritually speaking. He confided in me quite a bit, actually. He seemed to appreciate having someone to talk to, and he knew I couldn't tell anyone what he said. Oh, Sam, you know I can't do that. Tarot reader client confidentiality. Oh, she gets easily confused. Youth of today. Fine. Jeeve Dupont was breathing down her neck, so we thought it would be simpler if we stuck together. If these walls weren't separating our rooms, then technically it'd be true. To protect Lexi. None of this is her fault, and she gets anxious easily. I was just trying to take the pressure off. I'm sorry, Sam. I never usually lie. Rain's a big boy. He can handle himself. Besides, I'd be highly suspicious if Rain claimed to be doing anything else other than reading on a Monday night. That's pretty much all he does every night. It's Lexi's. I like to think it works the way most metaphysical things work. Through energy. Everything is energy. You, me, that chair. If you focus hard enough on something, you attract energy, like an electrical current that connects A to B and lights up a bulb.
Rip holes through her chest, and blood arcs ferociously from the wounds. She staggers with each impact, then begins to sprint at lung. What the The floor. Thud. Crunch. His head hits the angled stone with such force his eyes bulge. Blood pools.
Hi, Sam. Back for more already? No, I think Bronwyn met him, though. You'd have to ask her, or him. It's not my place to say. I didn't. How did you find out? Am I in trouble? It was only a little white lie, nothing else. It wasn't even that much of a lie. We're both here, in the guest house. We just happen to be in different rooms. If I had proof, Ron wouldn't have made this all up. I'm sorry, Sam, I really am. I know how this must look, but I couldn't kill anything, honest. Oh, it's just your run-of-the-mill spirit communication device. Want to know how it works? I understand you've got people to see, places to go. Traveller? That's a really old role-playing game, isn't it? Oh, did you now? Well then, you know what I know. I guess you must be a part of our inner circle. How does it feel?
I want to say It's wooden,
Yes.
and there's a handle, and then it kind of looks like a bell shape.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
No.
Really heavy.
Okay, I'm going to explain. The reason why it's heavy, it's in fact an Egyptian maul, which was used by craftsmen to carve temples. It's approximately 4,500 years old and comes from an ancient burial ground.
There he goes. Got any proof? Get proof. Then I can haul them in. Rain says he was praying in his room, alone. Nobody corroborates. Roman and Lexi lied about their alibis. I'm thinking what to do about it. Apparently, Lexi used a Ouija board to get Dorota's name. The tarot readers mentioned Birmingham. You're looking into it. There's some talk about a traveller, whatever that is. Oscar's not a suspect. He was playing football last night with lots of witnesses. According to Oscar, Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet, which is strange. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. That's it.
Perhaps two people.
All right,
in
guys.
Combat.
Could be combat.
That's about it for
Maybe
this
they're
installment of the.
It's funny that you mentioned combat
Shapeshifting
first, because
Detective.
most people actually
But
think this is an
I'm
erotic
gonna go
scene.
back to
And then the second point you made was that it might be people
I'm gonna
hugging,
leave
but
it
most
right
people,
here
apparently,
for
most
us to
people
pick
think
up
it shows
next
an
time
erotic scene.
from the taxi
It's
cab.
a-
I
it's
hope you
this
guys
is
have a
this is one
terrific
of
day,
many
and thank you
painted
for
letters
watching.
from the Khazars. And as such, it's over 1,000 years old.
See you later.
And it's not an erotic scene. It's not people hugging. It's not combat. It's actually a man grabbing the heart of a woman direct.